Lions Eagles this Sunday. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you're a Lions fan, really appreciate it. It's here. It's here this Sunday. My God, the Eagles are coming to town. Detroit hosting the home opener, our season opener here in Detroit against Philly. This is super exciting. It's going to be a tough game. Let's just call it for what it is. This is going to be really tough. Do me a favor, drop your score predictions in the comments section. Let me know what you think is going to happen. Who's going to win? What's the score? Drop it in the comments. So today we're just going to take a few minutes. We're just going to kind of go over some of the key elements that I see coming into this game. Some things that are going in our favor, some things that are not in our favor. So let's break it down. First and foremost, for the Lions, it's going to come down to the trenches. It is going to be the battle of the trenches. Philly's defensive line, Philly's defense as a whole is just nasty. But that D-line up front, that is one nasty crew of fellas. That is going to be tough for Detroit. Specifically because, well, Detroit's O-line has been the talk of the town. It's been the prize cow here in Detroit. That has been the position group that we all look at, that we say, well, at least we have a phenomenal O-line. Well, there's some problems regarding the O-line. Some of those problems began earlier this week. I put out a video about Vitae, Big V, going down on the IR, out for the first 4 weeks of the season. We've lost Vitae, and that's a bummer. However, it's not a hit that's going to make or break the O-line. Vitae's the type of guy where we can, throw in Stenberg or Kramer, one of these other guys, kind of fill in that gap. Well, where maybe that wasn't make or break, really bad news, Ragnow is now questionable. Our center, Frank Ragnow, one of the top centers in the NFL, has a groin injury. I guess earlier at practice, I don't know if it was Wednesday or Thursday, but he felt a pop in his groin. And I don't know about you, but a pop in the groin that ain't gonna do it. That's no bueno. So Ragnow has this groin injury. He doesn't practice for 2 days. And then today he was questionable. That's where he's really coming into this game as questionable. It is very likely that we do not see Ragnow on the field. And if he is on the field, he's not 100%. So that is terrible news for Detroit heading into this game, especially when, as I was saying, this D-line for Philadelphia is one nasty squad. I mean, they got some of these new young guys, whether it's Jordan Davis or Nakobe Dean, linebacker, or even some of the older guys, little Fletcher Cox out there, who has just no regard for human life on the field. Philly's defense as a whole is just good. They're just good. And Philly's had like a sneaky good offseason to the point where I feel like nobody really talked about it throughout the offseason until 2 weeks ago, when people all of a sudden are like, yeah, you know what? I think Philly's going to win their division. Because they should. I don't know if you've seen that division lately, but I think Philadelphia takes their division. And coming into this game, man, Detroit up front, the O-line, these guys are going to have to step up and do absolute work. Losing Ragnow just sucks, man. That just plain old sucks. That is a huge blow to the Detroit Lions offensive line week 1. We can't seem to get away from these injuries week 1 on the O-line. Last year was Decker. Now it's Big V. It's Ragnow. This is tough. Moving on, another one of the key elements to this game is Detroit shutting down Philadelphia's rush attack. Listen, Philly's rush attack last year was one of the best in the league, and to contain Jalen Hurts is going to be huge. That is a must. We must contain Hurts. This is a big year for Jalen Hurts. Is he going to prove himself to be the guy, Philadelphia's future, or not? And we get to see that right off the bat here in Detroit. So this is where our first round pick, second overall, Aiden Hutchinson, is going to come up big immediately. It's his first NFL start. What is he able to do up front on the line? I mean, we saw him in preseason. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. And I know it's preseason, and so you can kind of like just chalk it up to a wash or that it's nothing. But what you see is the dog in him. Some of these moves, his explosiveness, his hands, his feet, how he's able to get through the O-line and then stop the running back or the QB dead in their tracks. So this is going to be a huge game for him with such a mobile quarterback, with such a dual threat with this guy, Jalen Hurts, who can move with his legs. How will Hutch be able to deal with that off on the edge, off to the side? I mean, really, how's the Lions D-line going to handle this as a whole? We've got no Okwara, no Pascal, no Onwuzurike. I mean, Julian Okwara himself is also questionable for this Sunday. So there's a lot going on up front that we are missing. And that's kind of one of these big things. I was looking at different articles that Philadelphia Eagles beat writers were writing, Detroit. Really, the big thing is Philly is fully healthy. They are stocked up health-wise, where the Lions, it's not even week 1 and we are already wavering in that capacity. Not good. So I am excited, though, to see Hutch along with Aleem McNeil in his second season, Michael Brockers, and Charles Harris. How are these 4 guys up front going to be able to manage to contain the rush attack? From there, Jared Goff now has the weapons. The wide receiver room is solid between St. Brown, Chark, and Reynolds. From there, you have TJ Hutchinson as our tight end, another solid asset and option for Goff to look to. And then Swifty and Williams in the backfield with him, man. Like, Goff has the pieces around him to be successful. It's now, how does he do with that? How is he successful with these pieces that he has been equipped with? I think Goff has everything he needs to have a successful season, offensively speaking. I think the Lions have a shot. It's just time to go prove it. DeAndre Swift himself is poised to have a solid season. I think he's going to put up some really great numbers on the ground, but also in the air. I mean, with Philly's D-line, be expecting to see Goff checking down to Swift multiple times in this game, and Swifty putting up big runs, especially if he can get in open space. We know how dangerous he is. That's going to be huge. I'm not worried about Goff. I'm not. He seems locked in, dialed in, ready to go. I'm not worried about him. And I know some people might look and be like, well, he should be. Well, maybe. We'll see. We'll see, man. I really think Goff is going to have a solid year. He ended really well last year, and that's just rolling in. And we've seen him in preseason training camp. He looks good. He looks ready to go. And so I'm excited to see that translate over into the regular season play. I think Goff's going to be just fine. Lastly, we got Jeff Okudah. I mean, this is it for our friend Jeff. This is it. It's boom or bust for him this season. Obviously, he proved himself to be the starting cornerback that we all expect him to be this offseason. He got the job. He got the job opposite of Amani Oruwariye. We saw some flashes of good in the preseason, but it's preseason. Still, some solid plays. It's just, man, this is it. Boom or bust for Jeff Okudah. How does he fare? Because quite frankly, dude, if he can become a lockdown corner, or if he could just become a good corner opposite of Amani, the Lions secondary will actually be good. I mean, that's just all we're hoping for, is a secondary that can make plays. Jeff Okudah's had a tough go at it. Well, it's time to prove people wrong. Last year, game 1 against San Francisco, this is when he blew the Achilles, when he tore the Achilles. So hopefully we don't see that, and we see a man who is on a mission to prove himself to be a lockdown corner in the NFL. All in all, my prediction for this game is Philadelphia wins 27-24. And that is because of the major blow that we just took with Frank Ragnow at center. Listen, man, coming into this week ahead of time, before any of this information, before Big V, I felt good. I thought the Lions won this game. I thought it would be a slugfest, but the Detroit Lions would end up taking the W. However, where I'm at now, seeing Big V go down and being like, okay, it's still up now with Ragnow out. I think the Lions do lose this game because, guys, Philadelphia's defense is good. They're just a good team. They are scary up front, and no Ragnow makes a huge difference for Detroit. And I'm pretty sure Kramer is also out, if I read that correctly. So with these injuries, this is going to be a tough game for the Detroit Lions to win. I hope I'm wrong, but I think we lose 27-24. Just my realistic look at this game. But I hope I'm wrong. How do you guys feel? Who do you think's winning? What's the score? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. And as always, I look forward to catching you next time on Let's Talk Lions.